How is emotional closeness formed? The journey from hello to I understand you. Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about one of the most important and yet mysterious phenomena in our lives. About something without which we can feel alone even in the biggest crowd, and with which, even on a desert island, we can maintain a sense of connection. This is emotional closeness. Why can we talk for hours with some people, while with others we only exchange formal phrases? Why do some relationships flourish while others wither before they even have a chance to bloom? How does that very feeling of being seen, heard, and understood emerge from a simple acquaintance? Let's figure it out. First, let's define it. Emotional closeness is not just spending time together or having common interests. It's much deeper. It is a mutual feeling of safety, trust, and acceptance in which two people allow themselves to be vulnerable, to share their true thoughts, feelings, fears, and dreams without the risk of being judged, ridiculed, or rejected. It's a bridge built between two inner worlds. And this bridge stands on several pillars: respect, empathy, honesty, and reciprocity. And it's important to understand, closeness is not a given. It's not a static state you achieve once and then rest on your laurels. It's a dynamic process. A constant dialogue that requires attention, effort, and the desire from both sides to maintain it. It's like a living garden. If you don't tend to it, it will be overgrown with weeds and wither. So how do you plant and grow this garden? The process of forming closeness can be divided into several key stages. It all starts with establishing contact and finding common ground. This is the stage where we, often unconsciously, look for signals, friend or foe. We are brought together by common interests, similar values, even a shared sense of humor. This is the stage where we mostly share facts: I work there, I'm interested in this, I watch that show. We mirror each other, look for similarities. This is the foundation, and it's hard to move forward without it. But many get stuck right here, mistaking this pleasant exchange of facts for real closeness. The next, critically important stage is building trust. How does this happen? Through a sequence of small, seemingly insignificant steps. Reliability. You agreed to call, you called. You promised to help, you helped. You are predictable in your actions in a good way. Your words match your deeds. Safety. You respect the other person's boundaries. You don't interrupt. You don't give unsolicited advice when you're simply asked to listen. You don't use information shared with you against the person in an argument or in conversation with others. Trust is when you hand over a piece of your inner reality, your vulnerability, to another person, and they carefully accept it. And every such positive experience strengthens the bridge between you. And now we approach the very heart of closeness: vulnerability. This is perhaps the scariest and most important step. Brené Brown, a famous researcher, calls vulnerability the birthplace of closeness. Without the willingness to be vulnerable, closeness is impossible. What is vulnerability in this context? It's the ability to share what truly bothers you, to admit not only your strengths but also your weaknesses. To say, I'm actually really scared of this project, I was incredibly sad that day, I'm still hurt by that old story. It's a risk. The risk of being misunderstood, met with indifference, or even criticized. But this very risk is the price of admission to the space of true closeness. When you share something deeply personal, and the other person responds, I understand you, I'm with you, it's okay to feel that way, a miracle of connection happens. You understand that you are not alone with your skeletons in the closet. You are accepted as a whole, not just your polished, presentable version. And here takes the stage empathy, the key response to vulnerability. Empathy is not, I know how you feel, this is almost always a lie, we can't know for sure. It's, I try to understand what you feel, and I acknowledge the significance of your feelings. It's the ability to put yourself in another's shoes without wearing them, but simply by looking at the world through their eyes. An empathic response is often just silent presence. The phrase, yes, that must be really hard, means much more than a dozen ready-made solutions and recommendations of, just try this. Empathy is the glue that bonds vulnerability and turns it into closeness. Closeness is not only deep confessions until 5 a.m. It is also the joint creation of meaning and rituals. Your inside jokes that no one else will understand. The way you watch the sunrise at the cottage every summer. Your special way of supporting each other on a tough day. Your banned list of movies you rewatch every year. These rituals and shared stories create a strong fabric of the relationship, a common narrative, a we story. In difficult times, when you feel distant, it is these rituals and memories that can become the anchor that prevents the relationship from shattering on the rocks of misunderstanding. And finally, closeness is conflict and its resolution. Yes, you heard right. The absence of conflict is not a sign of perfect relationships, but a sign of their absence. Where there is nothing important, there's nothing to argue about. Constructive conflict, where you learn to voice your grievances without blame, listen to criticism without getting defensive, and search for a solution together, is a powerful engine of closeness. After an honest, albeit difficult, conversation that ends in reconciliation and understanding, you feel even closer. Because you've passed a stress test and didn't break. So, what's the bottom line? How is emotional closeness formed? Gradually. You can't dump all your fears on a person and expect instant closeness. It's a slow dance of steps towards each other and reciprocal steps. Mutually. It's a two-way street. One person can't do all the work of building the bridge. Consciously. It requires the courage to be vulnerable and the wisdom to be empathetic. Constantly. It's not a finish line, but an endless journey where there's always room to grow. Emotional closeness is the greatest gift we can give each other. It's a quiet harbor in a stormy world. It's the feeling that you have someone at your back who will always be on your side. And this gift is worth all the effort, risk, and courage it requires. Start small. Be a little more reliable. A little more attentive. Share something small but real today. And see what comes of it. Thank you for being with us. If you found this useful, share this video with someone you think might be interested.